Welcome back, everybody, to tonight's action here for the Super Sunday. We're here for the Purple Sector Formula One League here tonight. Obviously, their realistic car performance season, running this season this week, right? Rounds 5 and 6. So tonight, round 5 here at Silverstone for the British Grand Prix for the. I believe they're crossplay now, is it? I'm actually not sure. We're going to see in a second. I'll be reminded in a moment. But we're about to go lights out here for the start of the race. Just had the qualifying session a few moments ago. Full grid as well, 20 cars out on the track tonight, which is absolutely fantastic. That's what we like to see. We like to see a good turnout. We like to see everybody well represented here. So here we go, lights coming on the head of the grid. We're about to get racing here for the British Grand Prix at Purple Sector. And it's lights out and away we go. And Vista there gets a good start from pole position. As we can see Tezza there tucking in, trying to look around the outside. We got Justify there with Street Boy moving ahead of Matty Pitt up into 4th place. And we got a virtual safety car already. What has happened here? So, already some sort of kind of incident. Doesn't look like there's anything particularly that's gone on. So, JB Lego hasn't moved off of the line. So that's why we've got a VSC disqualified for having not even moved off of the grid. So really strange situation there for JB Lego. Obviously a newcomer to the league here tonight. But yeah, wow. I mean, that was unexpected. But nonetheless, it's Vista leading as they come down the Wellington Straight for the first time. Not in anger, unfortunately. We're not really seeing much racing at this particular moment in time. It's Vista from Tezza with Justify ahead of Street Boy. Matty Pitt there ahead of Nathan, followed by Mr. Johan. Truckee ahead of Magpie Toon, with Brinky completing the top 10. V10 Ultra in 11th ahead of Oliver, followed by Nino Blanco. Ruck there behind them ahead of Nelly Reggie in P15. Then you got Islandberg, Rexy Boy T, and Stiffmeister running now in 19th and last place at the moment. As we're still under virtual safety car at the moment, looking like the track obviously for some reason is not being green, or not being not allowing us to continue racing just yet. Not really sure why, because the issue that was causing the safety car has now left the session. As we see T there having a moment coming out to hang a straight, and it's just out to Stiffmeister. So Stiffmeister moving up into P18. But Vista from Tezza, Justify Street Boy, Matty Pitt. As we can see, the virtual safety car has now ended, so we're now back underway here in earnest as we come down towards Vale Chicane here to complete the first lap of the race nearly. See a big lock-up from one of the cars in the foreground there as they came into Vale. But looking very tidy so far on this first lap from pretty much everybody here. 19 drivers still in the race. No major incidents really so far, apart from T making that mistake going out to the hangar straight. I'm not sure if that was another car involved in that one. But for the time being, Vista has the lead and looking quite comfortable out the front at the moment ahead of Tezza Muzzer. There's Justify here trying to put the pressure on Tezza as they're coming through the loop here out onto the Wellington Straight here for the first time racing speeds here in this race because of that untimely VSC. As we've got T there, who's retired from the race at the early stage of this one. We've got Justified there to the inside of Tezza, coming towards the end of the Wellington Straight. We're too far back just at the moment. We've got V10 there moving ahead of Brinky up into P10 going through Brooklyn. So V10 Ultra now up a position now into the points. You can see that Islandberg's also got ahead of Now you're around the outside there going into Luffield. So that's now Islandberg up into P15 as well. Islandberg on the soft tyres compared to Nelly Reggie on the mediums. That'll obviously give him a pace advantage at this point in the race. The top 12 all on soft tyres, all starting on a faster but less durable tyre for this one. So it'll be interesting to see if any of these medium runners towards the back can pay dividends towards the end of the race. If that can work out for them later on. But so far, so tidy here in this one. T out of the race, obviously, down to 18 runners here in the early stages. But Vista out in front has got the lead. Comfortable to Tezza, nearly a second already, separating those two at this point. As we can see here, side-by-side action between Stiffmeister and Rexy Boy, and Stiffmeister there squeezing around the outside of Vale as the inside there for the second part, and has made the move into Club Corner, and Stiffmeister there up into 17th place without any major issues there. Rexy Boy trying to come back at him, or trying to get close coming into Abbey, but way too far away, and obviously Abbey's not really overtaking toilet place even if you're alongside, so basically if you're behind you have to just back the hell out of it pretty much, otherwise it's going to be a disaster. DRS enabled this time around, so everybody will get that rear wing open if they're within a second of the car in front, and that applies to pretty much the whole pack at this point in these early stages of the race. You got Rock here attacking on the back of Nino Blanco into Brooklyn, a little bit too far away. Islandberg very, very close in contention with these as well here. Rexy Boy still keeping Stiffmeister on his toes. watching the leaders as they come out of Woodcote. As you can see here, it's Truckee there moving ahead of Nathan up into P6, into Cops, but Nathan's got a good exit there around the outside of Cops and has managed to keep his momentum there. And they're still side by side, but in the end, Truckee does complete that move into Maggots. And Truckee there up into P6, gets that move completed there. As we watch in the background, you got Magpie Toon trying to pull up onto the back of these, as Magpie Toon has now got a run here on Nathan. Now looking to the outside of Chapel, down the hanger straight we go, and Magpie Toon's got that moved up into 7th place, but Nathan's going to try and keep himself there around the outside as he's got back. Oh no, and Nathan and Magpie Toon have come together, and Magpie Toon, surely he's out of the race. How on earth has that car not been totaled there? He's going to continue on his way somehow. Must have been hard on those brakes because the front wing came flying off, but the car somehow is still in the race. But Mr. Johan in the pits. Did Magpie Toon come off badly in that at all? I think he might have. Sorry, I mean Nathan should have said. It was Magpie Toon who went into the wall. Nathan seems to have got away scot-free with that one, the other driver who was involved in that collision. But Magpie Toon into the pits to get his front wing fixed. Stiffmeister also coming in, as well as Mr. Johan. But wow, incredible stuff. And the virtual safety car that came out is already subsided there. There's V10 Ultra trying to get the move done on Nathan as well. Nathan holding his ground on the inside, going through Aintree. Oh, it's a bit of a slide there from him through the loop and out onto Nathan straight we go once again. And V10 does manage to get that move completed. But now Nathan on the attack here, looking to the outside, coming towards Brooklands. He's going to try and go around the outside, but V10 Ultra has got an inside line covered off and is okay for the time being, as Brinky watching this unfold in the background there with Oliver for company as well. Oliver driving a really strong race so far, running into points, but he's just lost out to Arlen Berg there, who's just nipped up the inside of him on the exit of Luffield, side by side here through Woodcote, and who's going to come out on top in this one. Oliver there has got the straight line speed and manages to give him a good stead there, and as they come into Cops Corner and holds on to P10 for the time being then. Vista out the front still has the leader, has Hezo with Justify there running in 3rd place, dropping off at the top of 2 a little bit at this point. Street Boy there ahead of Matty Pitt with Truckee, and then a second of a gap here to V10 and Nathan, who were battling a moment ago, but now Nathan more focusing on his mirrors rather than what's in front of him here, because he's got Brinky attacking to the outside. Brinky breezes past him there, the straight line speed of Brinky's car seems to be far superior to what Nathan's got in his, and Brinky there up into P8, but Brinky's going to try and, Nathan's going to try and come back at him into his fail, but he's way too far back, and that's not going to happen there for him. As Street Boy here all over the back of Justify with Matty Pitt right with them as well. These three battling over 3rd place at this point. Street Boy here getting closer and closer and closer towards Abbey, but too far back at the moment. Matty Pitt and Truckee just waiting in the wings in this battle. There's 4 cars battling over 3rd place at the moment, as now Matty Pitt looking to the outside of Street Boy here coming into Village, but that's not going to happen just there. Through Aintree we go and into the loop, and Matty Pitt's going to try and keep himself close, but Street Boy's got DRS on Justify, which is going to help him out considerably here. They've all got DRS on each other. The DRS train proving in full effect here as Street Boy looking to the outside there and Justify into Brooklands. Can't get it done. He's going to try and go for a cutback here through Luffield. Always Justify a little bit wide there. Street Boy might be able to capitalise, but he gets a little bit of a tardy exit there, and that's not going to really pay him much dividends at all there. Truckee in the back arm with V10 Ultra now looming large in the mirrors of these guys as well here. So with all these battling, it's allowing a train to form behind them. Justify currently has got a load of cars queuing up behind him right now. Street Boy, Matty Pitt, Truckee, V10 Ultra here as V10 now looking at the back. Oh no, V10 Ultra poked his nose where it probably shouldn't have gone, and he spins Truckee around as well. Those two dropping down the order here. So V10 Ultra, I was riding on board with him as that happened. It looked to me like he shouldn't really have been going for that one. He was just a little bit speculative there. And V10 and Truckee down to 11th and 12th places respectively and all of that. I have to say that was impatient from V10 Ultra. He didn't need to be doing that. As Justify there, still keeping ahead of Street Boy. Into Vale we go. Look to the outside there is Street Boy, but he can't get it done, and Matty Pitt is closer and closer to these two. The more they battered it out at the moment as they come through Club Corner once again. Truckee is coming to the pits here at the end of lap 6, so end of lap 5 should I say. So Truckee, no surprise there, obviously he had his collision a few moments ago with V10. V10 staying out, I think, by the looks of it at least. But chaotic first few laps to this British Grand Prix here tonight at Purple Sector Formula 1 League. Those of you watching this obviously on Sunday night, this was filmed on Tuesday night, but we stream it all as part of Motive Racing's Super Sunday. We stream this on the undercard. Also on the undercard is Motive Racing's Formula 1 League coming up after this as well. We've also got Purple Sector's Thursday action as well, because they run 2 days a week on Thursdays and on Tuesdays and Thursdays. We see Street Boy managing to get a move done there on Justify into Luffield, but that's really nicely done there from Street Boy. But Justify is not giving up yet. He's got a bit of a run here down the old pit straight, but he's too far back going into Cops, and that's not going to happen from there. As we can watch in the background, you've got Matty Pitt and Brinky with them. Oliver and Nathan dropping off of them a little bit. Always Ruck there sweeping around the outside of Arlen Berg with a lovely manoeuvre there through Cops Corner, and Ruck up into P9 with that one. Excellent stuff there from him. But this battle for third place still very hot indeed. Tezza also keeping Vista under pressure out the front. Only half a second separating the top two at the moment. And obviously Tezza will know that he want to keep himself close and just keep himself within striking distance. Oh, it's the Ferrari there, losing 2 places there. Matty Pitt up into third place. What a move there from Matty Pitt. Capitalising on the other two, focusing on each other there is justifying having to defend from Streetboy coming into Vale. Streetboy's going to try and go on the outside, but that's not going to happen from there. But Matty Pitt there, absolutely capitalising on everything that was going on in front of him. And up into third place he goes. Excellent stuff there from him, as we can see Rock here moving ahead of Nathan up into P8, into Abbey, and he's done that one position there as Rock up into that position. You can see there Brinky all over the back of Streetboy in the battle for P5 at this point, and Matty Pitt now running in third place with Justify still in the back of him, but Streetboy was attacking on Justify before. It was for a podium place. He's now for fourth place, and now you can see Matty Pitt, that Williams, just starting to maybe disappear off into the distance here. If these two don't get their act together, then they could be falling out of that battle for the podiums. Brinky was having a little look on Streetboy going into Brooklands there, but he just wasn't really in a position to make anything happen. Islandberg on the back of Nathan, you got V10 Ultra, and a big gap back to Delia Edgett running in P12. Nobody else is really battling out there at this point, but the two leaders are certainly engaged in a bit of a pressure situation right now. Vista and Tezza Muzza. 0.6 of a second between them as they're coming through Chapel Curve once again. Tezza with the slipstream and the DRS will get him that little bit closer, but he's not close enough. And it seems like Vista's got some formidable straight line speed, because look at Tezza, he's got the rear wing wide open, the DRS, and it's not really doing anything at all. So Tezza's best hope in this race is surely going to be the strategy, because he's not going to overtake Vista. Vista seems like he's got that car set up for low downforce. Tezza's obviously got the grip in the low speed sections and anything with corners basically, but down those straights he hasn't got a hope in hell of getting anywhere near Vista at this point. As we see Matty Pitt into the pits, Nathan and V10 Ultra as well. So Tezza's still keeping Vista on his toes at the moment. But for how much longer is Vista going to be able to withstand this pressure and not make a mistake? Obviously, we've said before, we've alluded to the fact that Tezza doesn't really have any straight line speed. So in theory, Vista could just keep squeaky clean, make sure he gets good exits out of all the DRS zones, and just park it in the way. But easier said than done when you've got a driver like Tezza Muzza behind you. Matty Pitt coming out of the pits, so is Nathan, so is V10 Ultra. Those three all coming in here. So V10 putting the medium tyres on, Matty on the mediums as well, Nathan switching on to the hard tyres for the final stint. But here is Tezza, closer and closer. He's closer than he's been at any point in this race. And I said before, the straight line speed of the Red Bull seems to be taking it away from Tezza every lap. But maybe this time being that little bit closer is going to just allow him to put that bit more pressure on the back of Vista. Here we go. Again, Vista seems to have the pace in the straights, and Tezza can't seem to get close enough. Doesn't seem to be able to put him under any real threat. Saying that though, Vista has got only 8% of his battery left. Tezza's got 92% of his, so actually that could be making the difference here. That could be a huge deciding factor in the perceived straight line speed advantage that I've been sort of quoting Vista as having this whole race. As we can see, Justify, Streetboy, Oliver and Islandberg all into the pits here at the end of lap 8. Justify was obviously running up there at the start of the race, but quickly dropped off at the back of these two, Vista and Tezza, who are currently having their own battle out the front at this point. Tezza seems to be struggling for traction as well, not only his straight line speed, but also his grip coming out of the slower corners just doesn't really seem to be there. But as I said before, he's got so much ERS, he can just deploy it in the second half of the race. He can deploy it in the last 3 laps if he wants. He can just go around like a rocket ship for the last few laps. It's really up to him. Doesn't matter where he does it or how he does it. V10 Ultra there down the inside of Nathan into Village, and he makes that move stick as well there. V10 Ultra, so up into P13 he goes. Riding on board here with Truckee, who's right behind these two. As these three come out onto the way into the straight, actually they're technically 4 of them because they're not too far behind Islandberg. And you know what? There's 5 of them because Oliver actually leads that pack. You can see them all coming into shot there. And look at that, Street Boy is actually not far away from them as well here. So this could quickly become a 6-car battle here, which is currently led by Oliver, saying that Justify only is 2 seconds ahead of Oliver as well. Vista and Tezza. Oh, Tezza's coming in. So there we go. Tezza coming in first of the 2 leaders. So he's going to put the medium tyres on, and that will take him to the end, I'm sure. And Vista continues on his way for the time being. Now he read it all over the back of Nino Blanco here in the battle for P5 as well. Brinky also coming in as well as Tezza. So Tezza coming out of the pits, back and on his way again. Rexy Boy, they're going through Abbey into village. Sorry, farm. Into village now. Got Brinky coming out of the pits here. Just ahead of Oliver, so Oliver almost in the points. He's going to try and go on the outside here. He's got much warmer tyres than Brinky. He might be able to take advantage here. Brinky won't get that great attraction coming out onto the Wellington Straight. This could be a big opportunity for Oliver here. He can keep himself close here. He'll have the slipstream and the DRS. Here we go, let's jump on, let's ride aboard here with him. It looked like he didn't really get a good enough exit though, coming out onto Wellington Straight, and it's going to be Brinky for the time being, holding on to P10, and he's got through the worst of it now. His tyres will be starting to warm up as we speak, so that could have been Oliver's chance to take a point here, gone in this race. So far anyway, but there are still a few drivers who've got a pit up ahead, so we'll have to see how it all pans out. Still a long way to go in this one. The likes of Rucker, Nino Blanco, Mr. Johan, I'm not sure. I think he probably can go to the end. Rexy Boy certainly has to pit again, so he will pick up some points, I think, as things stand anyway. We've got Vista and Ruck both into the pits here at the end of lap 10. So Vista will have that one lap fresher tyres than what Tezza has, but Tezza, I think, is going to get the undercut here. I reckon he's going to have been getting the lap down over this one lap. I was going to say the lap's down, but obviously it's only been one lap since he pitted. But Vista's been in the box already. He's already towards the end of the pit lane now. Tezza coming out of club onto the start finish straight here. Where's Vista? Vista's just coming on the pit exit now. Tezza Muzza into Abbey, and he's done it. Tezza's done it comfortably. It's not even close. Tezza Muzza, they're going through farm. Vista there just coming into the corner now. So Tezza's coming out 2 seconds clear of Vista. That just goes to show how much the fresh medium tyres have on those worn soft tyres there. Tezza has absolutely smashed it on that outlap, and he is now 3 seconds clear of Vista, and this race is now in the bag for him pretty much. He needs to clear Nino Blanco quickly. As long as Nino Blanco doesn't hold him up too much, Tezza Muzza should be able to absolutely romp home to this win. Barring any penalties, let's hope he keeps himself clean from now until the end, as Vista there moving ahead of Brinky up into Oliver moving ahead of Brinky up into 7th place, and Brinky now coming under pressure here from Vitan Ultra on the inside of him as well there. So Vitan Ultra moving ahead of Brinky up into P8, but Brinky's going to try and keep himself there. Vitan Ultra though completing that move. Islandberg now looking to the inside of Brinky. Through a we go. Street Boy in the meantime has moved ahead of Truckee up into P13 as well. Wallenberg here down the inside of Brinky into Cop's corner. They're still side by side. They're coming down towards Maggots as Brinky, they're keeping it around the outside. And Wallenberg's not giving up in this one easily, but he's going to have to concede that one for the time being as Brinky even gets that one done up into P9. So Tezza has made the move on Nino Blanco up into the lead of the race. And obviously Nino Blanco needs to come into the pits before the end of the race. And he's coming in this time around, so no surprise there for that. As Justify is putting pressure here on the back of Mr. Johan here for P5. Obviously Mr. Johan on worn out hard tyres compared to Justify on fresh medium, so Justify should be able to get this move done relatively easily, you would have thought. Justify will be in a net P4. Wait, it will be P4 in a second actually. Well, if he can get ahead of Mr. Johan, that is. Nino Blanco has made his pit stop and is now off and away. So Oliver now running in P6, driving a fantastic race here tonight. Currently on course for 8 championship points. As we can see, Mr. Johan's now lost out to Justify, so Justify is up to 4th place. Now Justify can try and hunt down Matty Pitt for the final podium place. That'll be an exciting battle to watch in the last few laps here. The gap only 2 seconds between those two as things stand. Here's Oliver on the back of Mr. Johan here, coming down towards Maggots. He's looking to the inside there. Is Oliver, but he's just a little bit too far away. Oh, gives Mr. Johan a bit of a tap there. Oh, as he shoves him in the rear there as well, in the left rear wheel. But as you were at the moment, and Mr. Johan holding resolutely here ahead of Oliver, but Oliver now with DRS. Mr. Johan though has got DRS on Justify. He was just within a second at the detection point there. Very, very tight, but he just about was within that gap. Oliver still can't make this move, but battling for P5 at the moment. What a drive it's been from Oliver here tonight. I'm sure he'll be chuffed to bits as things stand. He's got V10 right behind him as well, so V10 would love to get himself in a top 5 spot before the end. Obviously, he's in the championship battle with Tezza and Vista. As Rock there moving ahead of Eilenberg, but Eilenberg keeping it around the outside. They're still side by side, and Stiffmeister's just crashed out of the race. Stiffmeister on lap 13 has binned it, as we can see there. Oliver and V10 side by side here. V10 ought to try and go around the outside of Oliver as they're coming through the loop here. He's going to keep himself all the way around the outside there, and he gets that one done. Does V10 Ultra up into P6. Both of these two will be looking to get ahead of Mr. Johan in a second as well. But V10 Ultra now looking to attack on the back of the Haas driver here, who's on those worn out hard tyres. Surely he's going to be a sitting duck for these medium runners on the back of him right now, surely. On board with V10 Ultra as they come down the old pit straight towards Copse Corner. He's way too far back to make a move at the moment. Keeping an eye on the gap at the front. It's come down a little bit between Tezza and Vista. It was 3 seconds when they came out of the pits, and it's now just under 2 seconds, and Vista has managed to harvest some ERS here. Tezza used all of his ERS to get ahead through the pit window, and obviously now has found himself with nothing left but 2 seconds of a gap. So how's this all going to work out when we get to the end of the race? Just over 5 laps left to go. Vista with 1 lap fresher tyres. It's only going to make a tenth or two in terms of difference, probably about a tenth of a second a lap at this point is 1 lap of tyre difference. So it's not really much of a difference, but tenths of a second by margins, they can make the difference in Formula 1, and we all know that. Oliver here is just ahead of Mr. Johan. Mr. Johan has lost out to him there, so Oliver up into P6. But V10 Ultra clearing off up the road there in P5 is there. As Barinki trying to make the move on Mr. Johan. Down towards Village we go. A little bit too far away still. Eilenberg there trying to make the move on Ruck, and he's made it stick there actually, although Ruck's look at the inside here, coming in towards Saintry. Eilenberg is still around the outside of Ruck. Swoops around him there out of the loop onto the Wellington straight. Pardon me, that was a hiccup / burp. And Eilenberg getting close to the back of Brinky into Brooklyn's a bit too far away at the moment, and isn't going to be able to make that move there. As Nathan there has made the move on Truckee as well up into P11, but Truckee on the inside here for Luffield. And Nathan there managing to get a good exit there out of Luffield and holds on to P11 for the time being. Brinky looking to the outside of Mr. Johan into Maggots, but again, just a little bit too far away at this point. Nino Blanco has picked up a penalty here. Nino Blanco's got 3 seconds worth, as we see Brinky here now looking to the outside of Mr. Johan. Paris has passed him down the hanger straight up into P7. Job done there for him without any major issues. Mr. Johan, as we said before, on those hard tyres, he's going to be a sitting duck here, and Rock making his way through as well. Rock there moving ahead of Eilenberg, should I say. Mr. Johan's still ahead of these two at this point. So Mr. Johan, although saying that, Rock's managed to get him on the exit of Club Corner. Rock there up into P8. So I just predicted the future there. I basically called it just before it happened. So Rock there into 8th. Now Eilenberg will be looking to try and pull the same move that all the others have made. And Mr. Johan dropping backwards on those hard tyres at this point. I feel that was ultra predictable, that one. As Vista is on the back of Tezza Muzza. Wow, where's this come from? And also Justifier on the outside. Oh no, Matty Pitt and Justifier come together there, coming through Brooklands. And this is now going to drop them into the back of the clutches of V10 Ultra and Oliver. As Rugg there has now made the move on Mr. Johan again. It looked like they swapped positions briefly there. But Matty Pitt and Justifier coming together there. Justifier was trying to make the move around the outside of Brooklands. Matty Pitt there was keeping himself on the inside, was not giving up in that one. And they came together. There was slight contact there, which kind of sent them both into a half spin. V10 Ultra now waiting in the wings, looking to try and punish Matty Pitt for that little mistake there, which happened between those two, as Vista has now made the move for the lead of the race, and Vista hits the front here on lap 15 with just over 3 laps left to go. This race is absolutely flying wide open at the moment, as Matty Pitt is now losing out to V10 Ultra. V10 Ultra up into 4th place. Can V10 now close on to the back of Justify and take a podium place here in the closing stages of this race? That would be absolutely sensational. Oliver also now knocking on the door of a P5 as well. There's Rock there. Oh, Rock has had a spin coming through Stowe Corner. Rock there down to P10, dropping behind Truckee now down to 11th. So Rock is kind of falling apart for him. It's unraveling a little bit in the closing stage of this race. But Tezza Muzza has made a mistake, and Vista is now 6 seconds clear. So what has happened to Tezza? I'm not quite sure. But Vista has now got this race pretty much in the bag here. V10 now all over the back of Justify in this battle for third place. What a dramatic final few laps here at Silverstone, here for the Purple Sector Formula One League. Fantastic race tonight as V10 Ultra with the slipstream and the DRS here on Justify into Brooklands again, too far away at this point. Vista really close on Justify at the moment as they go through Copse Corner. You can see here he's going to be in with a shout coming down the hanger straight. He's going to have the DRS, which will keep him in good stead. Oliver here is also putting pressure on Matty Pitt. Could Oliver get a top 5 here tonight? That would be absolutely fantastic here. I'd love to see that. What improvements this lad has made. As I was saying, they just out to Brinky up into P6 there as it came out of Chapel Curve onto the hanger straight. V10 Ultra though moving up into third place into Stowe Corner. Job done there for him. Arlen Berg here has moved ahead of Mr. Johan. Oliver has now got back ahead of Brinky on the exit of Stowe Corner. Nathan now moving ahead of Ruck as well up into 11th place. It's all happening here in the closing stages of this race. Justify has now moved ahead of V10 Ultra as well up into third place. Those two swapping and changing positions left, right and centre. Matty Pitt waiting in the wings as well as Oliver. As Justify there trying to keep it on the inside, but Sweet V10 swoops around the outside of Abbey. Through farm we go, in towards Village again. Matty Pitt now to the outside of Justify. He's going to try and keep himself there for the inside there for Aintree. He's going to be there right there on the inside, Matty Pitt, as we see them just knocking each other a little bit there as they come through on the exit of the loop now. And Justify keeping it around the outside with the momentum there on the outside has got back ahead of Matty Pitt. Matty Pitt now lost out to Oliver. Oliver now looking to try and make two moves. Oh, and that was a late move from Justify there. That was a bit dodgy there. Oh, and Oliver there loses it as a result and spins round, and Oliver dropping way down the order, and that is just really a kick in the teeth there. That is a shame. That is such a desperate shame there for Oliver. What a race he's driven tonight. He's going to be absolutely gutted with that, but he can have his head held high after tonight because he really gave it absolutely everything. That's really unfortunate there. And that all came from Justify's late move. I'm telling you now, that spin there was from that late move, which was completely ridiculous in my opinion. But Matty Pitt has got Arlen Berg to his outside here, coming through Chapel Curve, and Matty Pitt there managing to just about stay ahead of him there. Arlen Berg looking to the outside into down the hanger straight into Stowe Corner. Matty Pitt holding on with the DRS. Obviously he's got the DRS on Brinky, which is going to help him defend. So Matty Pitt still running in P6. Arlen Berg here looking to the outside, down towards Vale once again. Too far back there. Fantastic racing in the closing laps here at Purple Sector. Really clean for the most part, save for a questionable move from Justify going into Brooklands, which I'm hoping the stewards are going to deal with that because that was crazy. But nonetheless, Arlen Berg's lost it there on the final lap of the race, going through into Ward's Village, and he's completely stacked it there down to P9. Oliver might fancy another point here right at the end of the race. Vista, in the meantime, had the lead handed to him because Tezza seemed to bottle it a couple of laps ago. Whatever happened to him, I'm not quite sure. But Vista here is going to bring it around for this final half a lap. He's got a commanding lead over Tezza, running in second place. V10 Ultra, after an up and down race, is going to finish in third place. I'm sure he'll be pretty chuffed with that, the way things have gone here tonight. Justify there fourth ahead of Brinky, a couple of seconds behind him. You've got Mr. Johan ahead of Matty Pitt with Truckee right on him. You got Arlen Berg there. Oh, he's lost it there. Arlen Berg, he's around a little bit, but gets it going again. But here comes Vista into the Vale chicane for the final time here at Silverstone tonight, and it's going to be another win here this season. Driving in the Red Bull, which is obviously a quick car on this F1 game, but nonetheless, he's managed to make it work. Vista over the line to take the checkered flag, and he wins the British Grand Prix here at Purple Sector for Season 10. It's going to be Tezza Muzza out the final corner here to take second place here tonight, ahead of V10 Ultra in the other AlphaTauri. A good night for those two guys. Second and third places. Got to keep an eye on those standings. I'll be able to tell you in the next round what the situation is with that, but Justify over in fourth ahead of Brinky P5 with Mr. Johan sixth. Chucky over to finish in seventh place in the end ahead of Matty Pitt in eighth. Oliver's going to come around the final corner, ninth place for him. It could have been so much more, but nonetheless, good result. 2 points in the bag for him. Ruck 10th, Nino Banco 11th, Street Boy 12th. Nathan's going to come around to finish in 13th place here in the end, not too far ahead of Arlen Berg, who's going to take P14. Rexy Boy coming into Vale for the final time, and he's going to pick up P15 here tonight as he comes through on the exit of Club Corner And Brexit boy there, P15. Now you Edgett will be the last driver to finish. He's a long way behind here in P16. It'll be a little while before we see him cross the line. Stiffmeister, Magpie 2 and T and JB Lego all retired from the race. Quite a long way out, to be fair, all of them. Magpie 2 and we saw having a dramatic crash down the hangar straight with Nathan, which I'm sure will be a contentious issue after the race. Didn't really see. Was riding on board one moment. Next second, I jumped trackside and saw Magpie 2 in the wall. So whatever the case, yeah, we'll have to see. But Nelly Reggitt here coming into Vale for the final time and not at the race here tonight, has he at all? Oh, as he spins it there, does some lovely donuts for us on the stream. So hats off to you, Nelly Reggitt, for putting on a bit of a display here. Excellent stuff. Oh, that's just beautiful. Isn't that wonderful? Isn't that brilliant? Well done to him. Nelly Reggitt coming over the line here to take P16, and that is that then, guys, for tonight's action here at the Purple Sector. Obviously, you're watching this on Sunday night as part of the Super Sunday here on the Motive Racing YouTube channel. But big ups to the Purple Sector, guys, because their action on track is absolutely superb. I'm really enjoying the action that they're putting on this season. Really a real pleasure to watch. And yeah, stick around because we'll have the Thursday race live in a minute or two's time. We'll just be rolling it from one to the night to the other. No real breaks in between. It'll just be literally just tonight's going to just be a recap of the week, and then obviously after that we've got Motives F1 League after the Purple Sector's Thursday race, which is we're going to be recording on Friday. Haven't done it yet, but that'll be showing up after this, and then after those two have run, we're going to be running the GT3 Championship live. That one's actually a live broadcast, so that one will be happening as you're watching it, and that will be the GT3 at, oh, where is it? I've forgotten where it is. I did know because I did set up the survey last night, but I've already forgotten. But anyway, thanks everybody for watching, and yeah, stick around for the rest of the show because it's going to be a good one.